Hey, you thieving bastards! I'm going to give you guys a really good example of what I mean about how sometimes you think something's like not good, but God's like doing it to help you, dude. And that is, I just started making a video and the storage space ran out. And I was all pissed off and I'm like, oh, well, actually it's cool because I have to erase all this stuff first. And then I realized, oh shit, you're using the phone that like somehow won't record the sound. You could record a video and there's no sound to it. Like I dropped it and it did something to it. I'm going to explain that too, dude. I think we got into some deep psychological shit this weekend. And you know what? I have an explanation to what I think that is, dude. I mean, it's obviously Tourette's, but why that sound? I think it's a spiritual thing, dude. We have to go back and look in all the videos. The Bible says, be ye hot or be ye cold. For if you are lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth. So, that is with me, dude. That is ElJoe. But I want to go back and look and see when I do that, if it's about something that could be referenced as either being hot or cold. I don't know. In my mind, it's kind of like you're just done with something. You know what I mean? I made a statement. I'm done. Right? I don't know. But we're getting into deep meanings because check this out, dude. So I went to church. First of all, you can't tell crazy people stuff. This is what I learned a long time ago. Crazy people think everybody and everything is like talking directly to them. You know what I mean? And it's like you could be watching Leave It to Beaver, dude, and think that like God's talking to you, like, oh, it's on, you know what I mean? And which actually, the reason I said that, dude, DJ Shakes, can you please stop shaking the camera, dude? It's because the tripod won't hold it up. I get a lot of good stuff on this artwork. So I said, dude, you use that thing as the thing that people like as the background. But, so, I was watching this episode of Leave It to Beaver. So, like, crazy people think everybody's talking to them. So I went to church this weekend. You guys want to hear what ElJoe thinks about that, dude? What I was hearing? We'll get into that in a minute. I want to tell you before I forget about this Leave It to Beaver episode, because this is crazy, and you could probably find this episode. That show was like really progressive, dude. So like this dude comes around, right? He's knocking on doors. Hey, young man, is your dad home? Like, we're painting houses, and they're like, oh yeah. Ward comes. Hey, Bob, how's it going? God, I haven't seen you in a long time. We're expecting you to come back last May. You never showed up. Oh, yeah, it's just, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, come on in, buddy. Yeah, here, we'll get you set up. The ladder's around the side, and, And it was cool, dude. Like, Ward Cleaver's a cool dude, Like, here's some paint. You need some paint to get started. Here's a couple bucks. And, like Ward Cleaver's a cool motherfucker, dude. And he knew what this guy's deal was. So, like, as the guy's painting the house, him and Beaver become friends. Like, Beaver's like, hey, Mr. And they just become friends. The guy's got a cool personality, right? He's an alcoholic. He's a funny guy. So Beaver finds him, Dad, I think something's wrong, like Mr. So-and-so's passed out over here. And so dude's like laid out, dude, blap. And he says, well, let's get him inside, Beav. He's probably been working too hard. And he needs a little break. And then like found the bottle and like lifted up, for the camera to see and stuff. And you would think like he would just tell Beaver that story and leave it at that, dude, and not get into it because it's like all wholesome and stuff. No, dude. He broke it down, dude. He's like, look, Beaver, some men can't handle just one drink or one bite. It becomes a problem for them. And, we have to just look out for people like that. And, you do the best. And he's your friend. And I'm sorry it hurts you. But, that's what it is. And, he didn't chastise the dude or nothing like that. It was just like, painted the house and thanks for your hard work and I wish you the best. And it was just kind of it was kind of a sad, like, like he had a kind of a fucked up truck, the ladder's like broken, hanging off of it haphazardly. And it was like, fuck, dude. That's like deep shit, man, for a show like that, black and white show from the 60s that people like, has like a wholesome reputation. It was like pretty deep. But that's the kind of stuff you watch, and you should. Like, they made it that way for people to get a message, right? So you can imagine like these religious works and things that we have that are an accumulation of thousands of years of what people... You hear the same thing for thousands of years, the bullshit is going to filter its way out. Like, it's going to come to the surface and eventually like be just like, you edit and re-edit and edit again and again. And then people say, well, yeah, that's the problem I have with it, because it's over-edited. All Bibles or Quran or something, or the Torah is somebody else's interpretation. It could actually, yeah, well, that's true. But it's the over and over again, dude. And the same stuff, people like convene and scholars and put all their mind into what is truth and what is not, what is works, what doesn't, what has passed the test of time, and you're left with these works. Okay, so I encourage people to seek these things. So I went to church this weekend, and the pastor that spoke at this church happens to have a background in psychology. I think she has a master's degree in it. And she was referencing a glass house, dude, like the fun house, and how, her niece or whatever got lost in it, and only like the dude that fucks with that fun house could like get her out of there. And he knew the whole time, and he's watching, and it's interesting to me because I did feel that, dude. God was trying to get a message to me. And that message to me was, at base level, somebody that fucks with psychology, it reminded me that psychologists and people that don't really understand these diseases that good refer to it as a funhouse, because that's what, not a funhouse, but like a house of mirrors, because that's what it is to them. You could only imagine somebody coming in your mind and, like, wow, like you can't, like there's no way you could keep one train of thought with all these reflections and doors, some of them real, some of them not, some of them, you know what I mean? And tremendous insight, dude. Because I received that, dude. And I forgot about that. And it's important to know what you're working with, dude. And I was like, yo, dude. Sometimes you have to, the funhouse guy has to eliminate all the mirrors. That's how he does it. He knows which ones are real and which ones are doors, which one's open, which one's fake. You could tell because you've done it so many times. This is your life. And it's interesting, dude. It's heavy, deep shit. That's how we are able to come into moments of clarity by focusing on just the stuff that you know, and you allow everything else, and then you're able to go get your car registration or your estimate, right? And then when you talk to somebody in their backyard for 45 minutes, and you realize you're not even talking about trees anymore, you're kind of comforting them about their father that's dying of cancer. You see, like, God has a purpose for the fun house, dude, for the mirror thing, and that's good, dude. You're lucky to be used, but from what I'm gathering, it's a very lonely existence because nobody can fuck with it, dude. They'll get lost in there, man. Makes sense. I lost a wife already that went crazy in the funkin' fun house. Can't understand it. I you know what I mean? Like, wait, what? It's a house of mirrors, dude. You're not gonna understand it. Robin Williams choked himself to death. That's probably the most celebrated form of funhouse mirror that we know of, dude, in our generation. And that's very significant, dude, because of because what's going on inside of his head. I don't know. He got tired of fucking with the funhouse. I don't know, but it's interesting. Very, very deep stuff, dude. Makes you think psychologically. That's important, dude. It's the only way fucking Bon Jovi is going to get that stupid fucking earring back. Just kidding. I like that earring. Yeah, dude. So fucking, and then I'm like thinking like, well, dude, you got to be careful what you tell crazy people though, because we think I think like God's trying to talk to me and all things. Like I can't even be watching an episode of Leave It to Beaver without thinking, you know what I mean? I was talking about, dude. Very, very progressive show. It was a good show, dude. Huh? Apparently Ward was not hard on the beaver. Not even, dude. That was kind of a cool guy, dude. Ward Clear was a good man, dude. Go watch that shit. Go watch that episode. So, God. Oh yeah, dude. Here is a big one, dude. Okay? So I started thinking, and okay, at the very beginning of the video, I said I was going to get into what's going on with that, dude. Because I've been doing that since I was a toddler, dude. Don't know where I heard it from. I think, it says in the Bible, Jesus said, Jesus' words. He told the people, it's just like eating food, dude. Eating you people is just like eating food. You better be hot or you better be cold. Because if you're lukewarm, I'll just spit you out of my mouth, dude. So I want to go back and look and see, on my videos, is it referencing something lukewarm? Or is it a finality? Because I think it's like a finality. I think maybe I use it as like a form of punctuation. It could be that too. But I'm just on this trip, you guys, because you know what? Go. Well, no matter what. Dude, I know there's people in this community that aren't Christian. Whatever you are, go to it, dude. And if you're interested in Christianity, it never hurts to check stuff out. But whatever you do, the Bible also says, if you draw closer to me, I will draw closer to you. That's God talking. And seek and you will find. And I have found that to be absolutely true, dude. And put it to the test, man. You'll see. God speaks to you. The problem is, this is the problem. The problem is we don't like the answers. Or we don't like the course or the that we think is plotted out for us. That's the key word, that we think. Because it also says his ways are not our ways. God does things a lot differently than you would do them or how you think they would be done. And a lot of times we're fearful or hung up of something that we think is going to happen that never actually happens. In fact, in my life, dude, I could think of the worst fucked up shit that I didn't know how God was going to fix it, and he actually did fix it, and it was in a way that you'd be like, what? Oh my God, it was so simple and painless, and you just did boop, 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 and, So, I also found out, dude, you gotta stop shaking the camera, dude. Oh, man, so many things, dude. Oh, here's my prediction, dude. I want to give a prediction. We got into talking about weather modification and shit. You guys can go online right now. The United Arab Emirates, UAE for short, has a webpage explaining everything that they do and the services that they're providing to seed cloud formations and extract the moisture, condensing it, making it fall to the ground. It's all out there. It says on their webpage, their official slogan is, "We don't create weather, we enhance it." Go look at it. You can pay them anywhere in the world. People are doing it right now. That's why we're experiencing these crazy floods, dude. And it's not going to stop, dude. And guess what? I've been watching this. People say, well, how do you know? Where would you? Because I trim trees. I'm outside all day. And I watch contrails disappear. That's how you know what the temperature of the air is. And I watched temperature of the air, contrails disappearing as one next to them spread out. And I watched them fail for years, dude, in the early 2000s. And the Pacific jet stream still would just, whew. So they do it at night. Here on the West Coast, they do it at night, or they do it in the winter or fall. Summertime, it's too hot, man. The Pacific jet stream is just, the water's evaporating. It's creating too much wind. It's too powerful. It just blows it up and away towards the Midwestern. Anyway, I'm getting distracted, dude. I was like, go look at this website. They show you the canisters, the planes, the footage. It gets into the whole thing, dude. The scientists that discovered this beat Albert Einstein, or Albert Einstein beat him. It was one of the two for the Nobel Prize back during the 40s. And but they didn't have jets back then, you guys. They didn't have jets yet. So they had no way of propulsing this shit into the upper atmosphere. They didn't even think about that yet. That's why it laid unused until modern time. We've just barely starting to figure it out now. Go look at it. And so, I said to myself, well, how did they get involved? How did United Arab Emirates? This is why. It takes a tremendous amount of oil refined into high-octane jet fuel in order to get up into the stratosphere where the air is cold enough and there's, to freeze. And these canisters, they use lithium. That's why they're mining lithium. And it's like a salt, sort of. What does salt do? It dries up moisture. It pulls the moisture out. And so they pull the moisture out, and moisture seeks moisture, and so the particles join each other, and they get too heavy to fly, and they fall to the ground. Condensed gas. What happens when you condense gas, dude? Think of those little whippets of CO2. Have you ever gotten a CO2 cartridge and you screw it into the little thing and it blows up the balloon and the balloon freezes for a second? And the little canister too, dude, or if you're playing paintball and you use the CO2s in there and it freezes the tip when you first screw it in, or if you screw it out when it runs out. I can't give you the scientific explanation, but that gas is just cold, I guess. And in the upper atmosphere and shit, it's like opening a whippet, dude. It just spreads out and fucking crystallizes. And then those crystals they melt and fall to the ground. And so here's what's up, dude. Now, I watch on the Pacific coast, outside trimming trees every day. I watch the August, September into October. The thunderbird, thunderheads, thunderclouds come from the east, only in the east. And they're like big, fluffy mushroom clouds, like nuclear bombs, forever, as long as I can remember. And they start coming. And that's a monsoon, flash floods and stuff happening way out east, like in Arizona, in the desert. And they don't start, you could see them coming, dude, but that desert is hard to pass. It just gets burned off. As we get further away from the sun, and you get through August into September, they can make it further. And then that's when we start getting our rains into, usually typically rains, not uncommon, used to rain in San Diego every Halloween. It's very wet, usually. But that's typically what's happening. Now, I've noticed in the air, because I'm outside, and I'm very attuned to it, I have had a feeling of fall since like June, dude. June and July even. And I know, dude, here we have May gray and June gloom, right? On this point in the coast, it stays overcast just on this beach in May and in June. They call it May gray and June gloom. You can go right to the next beach or inland a little bit and fucking, it's bright as day. So, see, I was thinking like, dude, you get around positive people and like things start to change. I don't know. It's hard, dude. I'm really working on the F word. But anyway, I'm noticing, dude, that these heavy monsoon thunderheads are appearing early already, and they're huge, dude. I've never seen them this big. So my prediction is we are going to get blasted, dude. Wait until... I don't think they're getting like climatologists and geologists and all. This is big business, dude. Somebody found a way to do something. They're charging to do it. And they're doing it. And it doesn't matter what the ramifications are. You know what they were using, dude? I know this for sure. They use lithium and they use lithium is one thing. And there's also another one, aluminum sulfate, dude. And the purpose of that was, check this out, dude, to cause a reflection. Okay? If you cause a cloud base with reflective properties, you can A, cool the Earth's surface temperature a little bit to combat global warming, and B, you can stop spy planes and telecommunications from reaching the ground. You can disrupt them because of the aluminum particles, dude. They reflect. And so I've been just reading a lot of studies, dude, a lot of soil studies and a lot of stuff over the last 10 years. Arborists, biologists, that there is an unnormal amount of aluminum sulfate in the soil and in everything. So, what's up with that? No, nobody's talking about that. You guys are going to hear about all this shit. Watch how massively California gets flooded, dude, in the next month or two. This fall for sure, dude. Hopefully we have powwows, dude. How crazy is that? I couldn't get sweetgrass to save my life. It's all dried up and the people are like just hoarding whatever. I'm assuming they're saying that they're nothing, dude. But I'm assuming that nothing means, they're hoarding their last little plants or two, and good, rightfully so. It's like hopefully it fucking survives. But I couldn't get it, dude. That was a big bummer. But I do have tobacco growing. Thank God. And hopefully I could just keep it free from the cats who they destroy. Whew. That's another thing, dude. Like, yesterday, I get a call. Dude, here's the thing. Like, it seems to me like sometimes I'm standing on the corner for 2 seconds with a box full of cats inside, and I got, I called the people like, yeah, they can't get there fast enough. And I'm standing on the corner, next thing with an empty box and $1,000. One time recently, $2,000, man. And then I have other times where I couldn't sell a cat to save my fucking life, dude. I couldn't even give away a motherfucker, you know what I mean? It's like, dang. So, this chick calls, dude. She's like, I see you have a KO Manny. I've been looking for a KO Manny. I have a female that's in heat. I'm looking for that cat dick. I said, dude, this is where? What? I'm like, what? Is this like a fucking prank call, bro? Or you guys are trolling me, dude. Actually, you're not trolling me, and you guys are too kind, dude. I think you do, really. It's good shit, dude. Good fucking, good community. We're all human beings, dude, whether you like it or not. But, dude, I'm looking for that cat dick. How much do you want just to give me some cat dick? That's what the exact word was. There's no way that these words are coming out of your fucking mouth. How much money do you want for I can get some cat dick? I just need that good dick. Okay, and then it's like, well, hold on. I'm so like, what the fuck, dude? First of all, red flags. I've learned something. I'm going to tell you something that I've learned, dude. If a chick is fucking with you, ElJoe, there's fucking tremendous red flags. Get the fuck out. But every hunter, dude, uses hunger or sex to lure prey. So the first thing I'm thinking is like, okay, if this bitch ain't trying to rob or find a trick or some shit, she is it's like an alien. I've got a thing like a fucking alien fisherman come down. They're gonna have like, dude, they got these latex silicone fuck dolls. Go YouTube that, dude. Shit. And then look. Yeah, with big old titties that bounce around. That's what y'all paying for anyway. Silicone. Like, yeah, but it's silicone. It's like, well, brother, that's what you paid $5,000 for your old lady's silicone titties. So what do you mean, dude? And this one ain't going to talk crazy to you and none of that shit? No. But look. But you are going to have to comb its hair and stuff, dude. I seen Barbie dolls with fucking rat's nest. You going to have some kind of damn sex doll motherfucker? And that shit's going to be like one big-ass knotted cum dread. And that's disgusting. And see, that's the fucking funhouse mirror. Like, whoa, we just walked into the fucking, that room. Hey, dude, it's facts. So now, you're brushing that fucking thing's hair, dude. If you're sitting in a room right now, and you're brushing your sex doll's hair, dude, just do me a favor. Do yourself a favor, dude. Okay? If Robin Williams can hang himself, you can definitely hang yourself. Go in the room right now, dude. No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna have to, dude. That's gonna be a matted. I want to see one of these sex dolls. Fucking 2 years later. What a fucking disaster. That's what you get, dude, for buying a sex doll. And how much did you spend on that shit, dude? How much are those? I want to look at it. Anyway. What was the point of what I was saying, man? If somebody's going to buy one of those, then they're definitely, wow. It was something good, dude. How long are we going to sit here on dead air for you to figure it out, Professor? Or are we just going to move the fuck on? Huh. Damn. Oh, okay, we're talking about this chick. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know what that has to do with it, but... Oh, yeah. So I'm thinking like alien sex doll, dude. If humans can make them, and people are buying them and shit, a fucking alien hunter, dude, could make a real good one. And that's what it would be like. Just like that, you're like, whoa, you know what I mean? I mean, you touch it and your hand gets stuck and shit. You can't like, ah! And then its eyes turn red and it's like, like the beacon to the, okay, the trap sprung, fucking come get it. I'm just like, what? And then about this time, the rest of the conversation is coming through. Yeah, I have a KO Manny female. I never even met anybody that knows what a KO Manny is. I'm trying so hard. People just don't even know. And I'm like, wow, now you're speaking my language, dude. Okay? I mean, you were speaking my language with cat dicks too, apparently, but now you're really speaking my language. You know what I mean? Because cat dicks is kind of like a funny joke and everything like that. Oh, wait. You guys didn't hear it, huh? Apparently I invented little fuzzy cat dicks, dude. And little fuzzy cat vaginas. And I'm going to look off screen because I'm thinking about somebody. See? That bullshit, dude. Hey, be hot or cold, man. You're going to get spit out. Hey, that's exactly what you get with ElJoe. Right or wrong? People see good stuff in ElJoe. And they say, wow, man, it really reminded me, man, I forgot that I was a single dad, that I had what it took to do that, man. Yeah, good for you, ElJoe. Keep doing it. You know what I mean? He saw something in me about himself. He saw himself. Something that reminded him about in me. And it was good. Because the devil will have you believe that it's all bad. Because people come and go, oh, man, I started smoking pot again. I remember what a fucking tremendous junkie I used to be. And, well, man, thank you, bro. You really reminded me. You know, they think they're like putting you down in front of everybody and shit. Or like, or whatever. And, you know, like you're exposing what a fucking whack job you are. As my son says, Dad, I can't believe the people get up in the church like, yeah, I fucking molested 3 kids. I fucked my daughter. You know what I mean? Like some other person gets up like, I sold the fucking family cow to go. No, they don't. Yeah, they do, dude. It gets gnarly, dude. People do some gnarly shit. And yeah, here's the other thing. Because here's the other thing. This is what I really want to tie into, dude, real quick. Is it said, don't go in the fun house because she'll get lost, you know, or he'll get lost, and only that man can come out. Yeah, I thought that was kind of the point. The Bible says, what need does the physician have? What need does the healthy person have for the physician? You know what I mean? None. God, the physician, only has a desire to fuck with that broken, the one that's not right. Okay, that's number one. And number 2 is I love how my funhouse mirror is more powerful than the blood shed on the cross, though. That is good shit, dude. Wow, thank you. I'm more powerful than Jesus, dude. Because it's true. If Jesus can't save nobody from that funhouse or somebody that goes in there, then that funhouse is more powerful than his blood. Or if you smoking pot, reprobate mind. Oh, okay. So reprobate mind is more powerful than the blood shed on the cross because it can't fix it. The blood can't fix that reprobate mind, or that blood can't fix that funhouse member. That blood can't lead a stranger out of that funhouse that they get themselves into, or the house of mirrors. I mean, it's only funhouse for me. It's a house of mirrors for people that don't have that disease. And if Jesus can't save you from that, then that means that is more powerful than his blood, dude. And that's wow. That's a new one to me. That's what they say too about somebody said, some dude that I don't remember what it was, dude. It was like, well, man, just say drugs. No, drugs. God can't. It's a personal choice. I don't know, man. Now I get myself confused. But all I know is that my understanding is that there is nothing that God can't overcome, and that if you're a Christian especially, you in your own walk, you can't deny that Jesus' blood, Jesus' body that he chose to sacrifice and didn't do it a couple of times, had a couple of dry runs before they actually got her done. You're telling me, so he did choose to do that, dude, and God honored that choice, and that blood is more powerful than any addiction, any glass house of mirrors, anything. If what you say is true, and if the Bible, what the Bible says is true, then there's nothing to worry about except for God's will, which is what Jesus told you how to pray. Just pray for God's will to be done, because like his will is all kinds of stuff, and the blood that his will is all kinds of stuff, some of it being bad, or unpleasant, or not good, or not what you would think. Okay, but not only is there purpose in that, but the blood that he shed is way more powerful than whatever you're afraid of. Or it's not. And nobody go in there, because only that man is the only one that can get out. I don't know. But I do receive that, like, it reminded me, though, of the psychologists and psychology and his diseases and afflictions, mental illness. Or would you say that ElJoe is perfectly normal, dude? Leave a comment in the comment section. 1 for normal, 2 for crazy. And you know who's not worried about it? Me, dude, because my crazy is not more powerful than the blood, dude. So that's a relief, dude. And God, I ask God to use me to let other people see themselves, dude. Because it seemed to me that that's what people do anyway. And if I'm going to do anything, even existing, and that's my existence, I want to serve God. And so, you know, I like that. And other people think that too, dude. The guy that made that Leave It to Beaver episode had that kind of mind, dude. And he made that episode. And it wasn't just one dude that thought of that. It took a lot of people to make that happen. To finish film in the can, dude. Put on the TV. Yeah, dude. And people were going through that. Remember we talked about the humanities? So they were going through that, man. That's what was happening in the late 50s, 60s, because it's a reflection of the times. And you know, go check that out, man. It's pretty cool. Anyway, hey. Like, subscribe, share this with somebody, dude. And I'm going to keep trying to make these videos because they seem to be getting a pretty good response. It's hard to keep the kids out of the ninja stuff. And here's the thing about the ninja stuff, dude. I cannot be myself uninhibited when there's a kid around, dude, because somebody is going to get hurt, dude. You're going to get hurt. So there's always like this, and then I noticed the comments. I didn't turn them off. They shut the comments off if any child is involved, dude. Okay? So, which is good. That's rightfully so. Because I was thinking about it, dude. I seen this weird kid. And I got some. If you go into my shit, you'd be like, why is ElJoe subscribed to this one? Because some people are just weird, dude. And you see like a kid that's just weird as fuck, dude. And then they got other issues going on. But they're happy. They don't have a care in the world. They don't, as far as they're concerned, they're normal, happy, like living their life. And they're showing you like some simple little thing that they think is so awesome. I wouldn't relate to that, right? And so I see, and some of them are under 18. Like there's some kids, dude. And I think to myself, man, what if people like wrote to this kid like, you're so fucking ugly, or like you're a fucking autistic retard. Like, that's fucked up, dude. That's fucked up. And people would do that. And so that's why if there's any kids involved at all, dude, the comments are just off. YouTube does it automatically. So I think that's good. Don't be mean to kids, dude. Don't be mean to kids because they fucking take that shit. Oh, yeah. One last thing. Here's the other thing. If you think of something in your mind, dude, you have something on your mind, it will come to pass, dude. And there is biblical scripture to back that up, dude. It says, whatever ye profess from your tongue. Yeah. Life and death. The power of life and death are in the tongue. But whatever you say, dude, is going to come to pass. So if you speak this, and that, then expect this, and that, dude, in your life. So look. So I'm like, dude, this was done. And then here's the proof. Whoops. No, you can't see, but... Oh, my finger's blocking it. 2020. It was probably backwards. 2020, dude. So I did this in 2020, a year ago. Now here we are. I just made these. Now look. She's got the same. Look, Dad. The same sandals, dude. The exact same rope sandals. Like they're exactly the same sandals, dude. Like exactly. Look at that footwear, dude. That was on my mind. I have the cordage, dude. These go also all the way up the leg. But I don't do it unless I'm like doing martial arts or something. But that's just crazy how whatever you think, dude, what you're thinking is what manifest in your life, dude. So remember that shit and try to think good things and do good things and be happy. And look, if you get sad or something, go take pictures of fucking lizards. Go find fucking spiders. Go look. I bet you get distracted in a happy mood just looking for a spider, and then you finally find one. You got to get the camera to focus and all this shit. You might even be like, oh, I got to get a new camera. And then you get on totally a fucking sick one, distracted from whatever you were bummed about, and like now you're like, oh my god, there's a Facebook page for people that take pictures of spiders. Oh my god, there's a club for take pictures of baby chicks, dude. You got all this fucking software and shit. You can do anything you want with it. Just go to the pet store and start taking pictures. You know what I mean? Just go out, try to take a picture of a dewdrop on a leaf, super close up. You don't need nothing. Hey. Oh, dude, guess what? Chicken butt. Oh, yeah, dude. Remember I said I like a good peephole, dude. I'm not going to lie. Partially, just wanted to say peephole, but they do serve an important function, and this thing right here is lined up with my front door is like right over there. And so there's a peephole. Right here, dude. Right there. Oh, yeah, you can see the light coming out of it. So you can go on the other side. Hey. Look, she's calling out, dude. That's a chick, too, by the way. Apparently, I copied exact, too. Bulbous nose. I don't know. The fuck? I don't think she was supposed to be attractive, dude. But she grew a supernatural weapon and a supernatural warrior in her womb at light speed. Like she was doing it all normal, and then they tied her up and killed her, and she grew that super baby out super quick, dude. And he cut emergency C-section, cut himself out of the womb with that supernatural weapon that her uterus grew too, and slayed the people that tied her up and killed her. That's like legend. Anyway, we can get into that one day if you guys want. You leave the comments. Most importantly, stay out of my messy kitchen. No, hey, stay fucking golden. Showers.